Hello, Red Brick Productions here with another LEGO review. Today I have the LEGO Minecraft The Ice Castle set. The set number is 21186. It has 499 pieces and a lot of minifigures and one really cool build. And without further ado, let's take a look at this. So I wanted to take a look at the build first because it's a really cool build. It reminds me a lot of Classic Castle. So first you have a lot of green in the front, which is super awesome because you have a lot of mobs and it is awesome to be able to pose them out in the front of this awesome fortress. Now, on this side, you have a lot of ice, which is super cool, especially when this is an ice castle. And you'll see throughout the set, there are lots of soul lanterns and some walls. I really love this building technique that they used with the jumpers. And that just allowed this wall to be offset so that you actually had a wall. Now, inside the castle, it is a little bland. I like getting this purple plate, though. That was super cool to get. Here you have a little chest right behind the throne. And in this chest, you have some bread, nether wart, and some gunpowder, which is pretty interesting amount of things in there. You got some ladders right here, and even like a little stair to jump up there, which is super awesome. And then you have the walkways here, which this is where it reminds me of Classic Castle with the small walkways, which just have barely enough room for minifigures to stand. Super cool right there. Now you also have these ladders to get up to the main two towers right here, which is super cool. And you have some access points right here in the front, which, yeah, also looks really good. For the throne, you have a really cool build, which allows one figure to sit there. You do have a stone cutter, which a lot of people are saying this is an illegal building technique. I have watched a video before that said this is not an illegal building technique because it is a tile. It does not put any stress on these studs. If it was a studded brick, that would put stress on it. But this is perfectly legal. A perfectly legal building technique. And that just kind of goes right there. You have an anvil here, which is always just a good build. It's nice to get the brewing stand again because we haven't gotten a brewing stand in a while. But we have a brewing stand. Ooh, that just broke on me. With a lot of different potions. I really love these potion builds. I love getting the translucent heads. I know we get that in many sets, but it is cool to get in this set. We have a cauldron over there with some water in it. It's just got two blue studs. You got a bucket of water, which has another blue stud in it, and a crafting table. Overall, super cool. Now in the front, we have these new printed tiles, which are the purple glazed terracotta, which that looks super cool. It might be magenta. No, the magenta, I believe, is the arrow one. I really like this build. And my favorite part, though, is probably these, like, the side view. There's a lot of indents and stuff like that right here and even over here, which looks super cool. I love these posts and just, like, the overall shape of this window. And that's the same on this side as well. I really just love how this build came together. That also looks super cool with the door right there. It's awesome. And yeah, this is a really good build. You also have these like little spikes up here built with like walls, which again, looks just really awesome. I keep saying that word, but the set is awesome. And of course you have the flick fire missiles, which is super cool. And all you do is just flick it. That was kind of lame. There we go. Another flick. Ah, it's not working. Oh well. They can be a little hard to flick. Maybe it's just because I'm trying to also show it on camera, but they are super cool to get. But that's it for the build. Let's take a... Oh, one more thing. There are lots of places to put minifigures on here, which is great, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like studs, but I'm personally not, like... I'm indifferent about them. In some sets, sure, I understand, but this set, I'm glad that they have a lot of studs and standing room for minifigures. Now, let's take a look at those minifigures. So the first minifigure here is a Yeti, and this is super cool. I love the torso and leg printing, and even the face printing. This does look like a mob, but it's not. It's a player minifigure, which I think is super cool. And if you want it to be, it can totally be a mob. You also have a crossbow, and this just looks super cool. One of my favorite Minecraft figures, I think. This came out really well, and it even has a belly button, which I love. And the dark blue hands, oh, such a cool figure. Now let's take a look at the next player. So here is the Royal Warrior, and this is a really good figure. I love that torso printing and the leg printing too. That looks super cool, and the gold arms. This looks so good. The orange head is, unfortunately, it bleeds into the face a lot. On camera, it looks a little too pink, but in person, it looks a little too white. And yeah, I wish it was a little bit more opaque, but that's okay. Overall, this is a really good figure. I love the shield print though. That is exclusive to the set, and that looks super cool. You also get a diamond sword, and this just, oh, I love this figure so much. It's super cool, and I loved getting more not Steve and Alex figures. But now let's take a look at the other figures. This set does include 2 skeletons, and we've gotten many of those before, but this is awesome to get 2 because it helps with army building. They're identical and they look super cool. You also get 2 zombies in the set. They're both identical except for one has an iron axe and one has an iron helmet, which these can be used throughout the other figures in this set, but they're given to these zombies in the instructions. But anyway, now let's take a look at those instructions. Here are the instructions for the set, and obviously they have the new style, which doesn't bother me too much. But at the back, obviously it tells you how to build the set, and then at the back it shows you the set all built up. It has a rebuild the world ad with the funny little turtle, a little ad for the rest of the sets, piece count, and then the win. That's it for the instructions. For the leftover pieces, there's not really much interesting things. You can kind of get a look there. I do like getting the gunpowder and the nether wart, but other than that, they're pretty lame. Now let's take a look at the box. Here's the box of the set, and this is a really big box. It's a lot wider than I was expecting, you know, and at the back of the box, it shows a lot of the cool things, and yeah, that's it for the box. Now let's take a look at my final verdict. So for my final verdict, this is a great set. I mean, it doesn't have many play features. Really, the only play feature is that these flick fire missiles can shoot out. But the build is really cool. It has a really elegant design almost, especially with the sides and the front. It just has a really interesting techniques used. And it just has really interesting shaping, which I think really makes the set stand out compared to other Minecraft sets. This was definitely one of my most wanted sets of this year because it's so cool. The minifigure selection for the players are also great. I love how those turned out. I wish this one was a little more opaque, but other than that, it's really great. I also love that we get a lot of mobs. This is a great army building set as well. Getting 4 mobs to fight off is super cool, and there's a lot that you could do with this set. I love the prints that I gave with the shield, with the terracotta. And even though I don't really like terracotta in-game, it's cool to get in a Lego set, which is awesome. But yeah, overall, this set is super cool. I've actually really enjoyed building it. I've enjoyed looking at it. It's a great set and definitely one I would recommend. Now, for $50, it does seem a little bit weird for the pricing because there's so much empty space in here, which is not a bad thing. It's just sometimes it can feel like $50 is a lot for the set and it might be overpriced. Personally, I think $45 would have been a better set, but you know, it's only a $5 difference. So I really like this set, and I think $50, if you can find it on sale, it might be better. But this is a great set, and I love the figures, great build. Overall, super fun. Even though there's a lack of play features, it's still an awesome build. Anyway, that's it for this review. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'd love to see you guys at my next video. Peace out. Bye.